In this day and age, we take a lot of videos. For editing purposes, the rule of thumb is to always shoot horizontally, but sometimes we get some really cool vertical videos. These are great for Snapchat and Instagram, but not so great for standard edited video. In Final Cut, the program fills in the blank space on the sides with a black border, but that's not aesthetically pleasing or professional. I'm going to show you guys 3 of my favorite ways to fix this problem. Like I mentioned, I will be using Final Cut Pro 10 for this tutorial. First thing you'll want to do is stack the clips on top of each other by dragging them. 3 vertical videos usually look best for the 16:10 aspect ratio, but you can play around with the settings and use more videos or less. Then trim or cut the videos to make sure they are all the same length. I usually use the blade shortcut, which is Command B, then you can highlight the trimmings and press delete on your keyboard. The snapping feature on Final Cut Pro is super helpful to make sure that all of your videos line up perfectly. Next, you'll want to go to the video inspector on the right side of your screen and look for the position option under the transformations tab. This will let you move your video on the X and Y axis. Play around with it to get the look you want, but I found that shifting it 1270 pixels on the X axis works best for videos taken on an iPhone. Make sure you highlight the video you're trying to shift and it'll align the video to the right. Do the same for the video you want to align to the left, just make sure you type a negative sign in front so it doesn't stack on top of the other video. You can stop there, but I decided to take it a bit further. I highlighted my 3 videos and scaled them down so I can add a cool dynamic background for an extra visual. If you go to the Titles and Generators tab on the top left corner of your screen, you'll see a bunch of different options to choose from. I chose this cool black and white zigzag pattern and dragged it onto my timeline. Now stack the videos on top of the background by highlighting the clips, dragging and dropping them. Trim the patterned backgrounds to the same length as the videos, and there you go. 3 vertical videos in one. The next one I use a lot. It's super simple. Duplicate your videos by clicking and dragging while holding down the Option key on your keyboard. Stack the videos on top of each other. Go back to your video inspector and scale up the videos on the bottom of the stack to fit the screen. Now go to the effects browser and search for Gaussian blur. Double-click or drag the effect to the video you scaled up, and that will give you a nice simple background to match your video. The last one is my favorite, but it's a little bit more complicated. Pick a dynamic background that you think would suit your video of choice. I chose this radiant one with some moving lights. Stack the videos on top of each other. Scale down and duplicate your main clip. Scale up the clip at the bottom of the stack. Now go back to the video inspector. Under the Composite tab, look for the Blend Mode drop-down bar. I chose Multiply to darken the shadows in the clip. That, blended with the moving background, makes a really cool and simple effect. To add a finishing touch, I duplicated the main clip again, scaling it up a little bit to make a border around my main original clip. I added a Gaussian blur from the effects browser and a color dodge blending mode to add some brightness and saturate the midtones. Now play around with some color grading presets in the effects browser until you find one that you like to add to your main clip. To really sell it, I added the camcorder effect under the Stylize tab in the effects browser. And done! So now you have 3 options to help you include vertical clips in videos in an aesthetically pleasing way.